Let's start with a look at the device's basic controls, how to use the Ready for Use indicator, battery operation, and how to perform operational checks. The MRx controls and connections are carefully organized to facilitate ease of use. Ports for monitoring cable connections are on the left. ECG, SpO2, non-invasive blood pressure, invasive pressures, CO2 and temperature cables plug in here. Therapy ports for paddles or multifunction electrode pads are on the other side. There's also a slot for a data card, so you can transfer patient information. Operating controls and indicators are on the front. This is the Ready for Use indicator. The flashing hourglass tells you that the device passed its last self-test and is ready to go with sufficient battery power for defibrillation, pacing, and ECG functions. The therapy knob is the on-off switch. Just turn it to the desired mode of operation. The information on the large color display is customized for each mode, and its layout may vary depending on your device version and its installed options. In monitor mode, the display includes 4 wave sectors and 2 parameter blocks with related measurements. In AED and manual modes, the screen displays an enlarged ECG waveform and event timer. The MRx is configured to populate each wave sector with a predetermined waveform. Wave sector 1 will only contain an ECG waveform, which is used by the arrhythmia, heart rate derivation, and AED analysis algorithms. If the configured source is not connected to the device when turned on, the first valid ECG source is displayed in wave sector 1. Wave sectors 2 through 4 are automatically populated when parameter cables or tubing are connected. If you connect a parameter source that's not configured to be displayed, it appears in the first empty wave sector. All modes display general status information, including patient category, date and time, and the battery power indicators. In-op statements appear here, indicating an equipment problem. Alarm messages appear next to the parameter they are associated with. The MRx also displays an event timer, which shows the elapsed time since turning on the device. Press the Mark Event button to insert a time-stamped annotation on the ECG strip and in the event summary report to document medication administration or a procedure. The Lead Select button changes the ECG lead in wave sector 1, cycling through the available ECG waves and changing the displayed wave and its label. These controls are used for automated or manual defibrillation. Below the display, there are 4 softkey buttons that perform the function listed on the softkey label immediately above. The functions change according to the function you are performing. This is the Alarm Pause button. It pauses all alarms for a configured time interval. This message indicates the alarm pause and its duration. At the end of the pause interval, each alarm returns to its previous setting. Press it again during the pause interval to return alarms to their previous settings. Press this button for access to either print event summary or to print out a trend report. Press the Menu Select button and a menu appears to provide access to additional functions. Press the up or down navigation buttons to scroll through the available choices until the desired selection is highlighted. Press the Menu Select button again to activate the highlighted selection. Press the Print button for a continuous printout of the primary ECG. If you have a 50 mm printer, you can select an additional waveform to print out in Sector 2. With the 75 mm printer and software version 7.00 and later, you can select 2 additional waveforms to print in Sectors 2 and 3. Press the button again to stop printing. To load a new roll of printer paper for a 50 mm printer, Open the printer door by pushing on the latch. Remove the empty paper roll by pulling up on it. Place a new roll of printer paper into the paper well, positioning the roll so that the paper is on the bottom and the grid faces up. Pull the end of the paper out past the paper roll and close the printer door. To learn how to load printer paper for a 75mm printer, consult the instructions for use. The top of the standard HeartStart MRx consists of a handle and quick instructions on ECG monitoring, sync, manual defib, and AED. This is also the location for external paddles if they are ordered as an option. Keep in mind that the MRx paddle set comes with pediatric paddles included. The MRx is powered by rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. Two compartments on the back of the MRx house the batteries, or you can use compartment B to connect an AC power module. Here is a DC power input connector. Connect either AC or DC power to charge batteries. Once connected, this indicator lights to tell you the battery is charging. To install the batteries, align the lithium-ion battery in the battery compartment and insert the battery until you hear it click into place. These screen icons indicate the presence of two fully charged batteries. As the batteries drain, the full icons become progressively hollowed. This X in the icon indicates no battery or the presence of AC power. To assess operational performance and alert you if a problem exists, the MRx routinely performs automatic self-tests. The results of the tests are reported through the Ready for Use indicator and messages when you turn the device on. The blinking black hourglass symbol indicates the shock, pacing, and ECG functions of the device are ready for use, and sufficient battery power is available for device operation. Additionally, a blinking black hourglass together with the presence of external power, AC or DC, indicates that installed batteries are being charged. A blinking red X and a periodic audio chirp indicate a low battery condition. The device can be used, but its operation time is limited. If a battery is inserted and charging, the audio chirp is not present. A solid red X and a periodic audio chirp indicate a failure has been detected that may prevent the delivery of defibrillation therapy, pacing, or ECG acquisition. A device error message will display at power on for the first failure detected. A solid red X without periodic audio chirps indicates either there is no power available or a catastrophic failure has occurred. The device cannot power on. If after power is supplied, the indicator reverts to the blinking black hourglass symbol, the device is once again ready for use. To supplement these automatic tests, you should perform periodic shift checks and weekly shock tests or operational checks on the device. The American Heart Association recommends completing a shift check at the beginning of each change in personnel to help ensure that defibrillators are ready when needed. Philips provides a checklist to complete a shift check on the MRx, including the Ready for Use indicator and related accessories and supplies. You must make sure that the MRx is not connected to a patient when performing a check. The op check covered in this video, which is quite easy to complete, deals with software version B.05 and later MRx's. Consult the instructions for use for op check information on devices earlier than B.05. To perform the operational check, turn the therapy knob to monitor. Then press the menu select button. Using the navigation button, select Other and press the menu select button. Select Op Check. Select Run Op Check. Then press the menu select button again to start the process. This message lets you know that you are exiting from all clinical functionality and entering a test mode. Be sure to connect all cables and accessories as instructed on the display prior to running the operational check. If everything is set up as expected, the series of tests will begin. If not, you will be prompted to correct the setup, proceed with the test based on the current setup, or exit op check. As each test is run, the message window in progress displays. When prompted, follow the on-screen instructions. You are given a pass or fail indication upon completion of each test. When the op check is done, a report is printed automatically. The first part of the report lists test results. The second part lists additional checks you should do to make sure that you have the necessary supplies and accessories, and they are all in good working order. For details about these additional checks, consult the instructions for use.